Hello. So today I wanted to go over some arm technique stuff with the bow, specifically on our elbow height, especially when we're playing at the upper half of the bow. A lot of the times we don't use a high enough elbow when we're playing on the A string especially, and I wanted to go over a quick way of figuring out how high our elbow should be. So the best way to figure that out is to grab your bow with your left hand, so your non-bow hand, and get it at the tip, and then line it up with your bridge. And then pull up, try to keep it lined up with your bridge, pull up, and reach out with your arm to grab the bow. And then you're gonna probably realize that your elbow is a lot higher than you're probably used to. The elbow height of this naturally is gonna help us catch the string a lot easier and give us a lot more direct sound without too much more work. G string. D string. You're gonna probably realize by the D string that, wow, my elbow's a lot higher than I'm used to. Okay. A especially, it's incredibly high. I remember when I was going over this with my own private teacher. This caught me by so much surprise. But it makes a lot of sense because at this height and this leverage point, you don't really need to work too hard to play the A. And it speaks so much compared to being here. You can even see from the camera that I'm not at a really strong point leverage-wise. And I'm kind of getting this crunch. Rather being a little higher, automatically wants to speak. And we can do the same thing by putting it at the frog, for instance. You'll notice now our elbow is a lot lower and our arm's a lot more in. But my elbow is back to that original height that we started at the tip. Okay. So yeah, it's a perfect way to warm up and just kind of reorganize your body shape and body movements by just kind of using your other hand to kind of find that angle for you. Here's the G, frog, reach out. So, to go over again, what we're trying to do is figure out the most ideal angle height of our elbow so we can get the best sound without working too much. You don't want to be too sunk in because then you get too much weight. And you don't want to be too much because again, you get too much weight. And if you're too sunk in, you naturally want to supinate, which is going to be impossible to do at the tip, and vice versa. If you're too elbow high, you're going to pronate where we don't need it, and we're going to get stuck. So hopefully this helps when you're kind of realigning your body again to finding our ideal elbow height. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or text or ask me a question in our next lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.